Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you saw my last video, you would have already seen me in this exact same outfit and exact same makeup, and that's because it's the exact same day that I'm filming this video. I have to pre-film so many videos because this month has been the craziest month of the year. We have been traveling like crazy, and so I'm kind of doubling up on videos, filming several in a day, and so today, sorry about the same outfit and makeup. If you haven't seen this tutorial yet, I did film this look, so if you want to watch that, I will link it down below. But in today's video, I really wanted to sit down and tell you guys about what I feel like are the best affordable eyeshadow palettes for fall. I have several of these right here. At first I was just gonna do like best fall eyeshadow palettes, but then as I was gathering all these palettes that I've been loving, they were all affordable. So I just went ahead and made this entire video all about affordable eyeshadow palettes. I've talked about these so many times on my channel and I'm very excited to kind of put them all in one video. Obviously these choices are off of my own personal opinions and they also aren't only for fall. You could wear them at any time of the year, but I just really wanted to kind of pull some that inspire me for fall, and these colors are kind of what I'm really into wearing right now, so let's get into it. So the first one I want to talk about is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. I recently did a video using this, and the reason why I think it's so perfect for fall is you get those beautiful kind of purple tones down here and you have warm tones on this side, and so it's very wearable. For me, I've been really into oranges and purples, and so this palette for me kind of does it all in one. The formula of this is very buildable, so if you're kind of scared to use color, this is a really good one to kind of go for because you can really lightly build the formula up until you get the right intensity that you want. So I've really enjoyed this palette. I think it's really beautiful. If you want to see the tutorial where I use this, I will have it linked down below as well. But the Maybelline Soda Pop palette is one of my top ones for fall just because it looks like Halloween. It looks like fall to me and I really, really like it. So that's the first one. The second one I also did a tutorial with, and it is the e.l.f. Opposites Attract palette. So again, this is also kind of one of those palettes that has a really nice variety because you have the warm tones on one half and the cool tones on the other side. I will show you the inside. There's a lot of really beautiful mattes in this as well, and for fall, I don't know why, I kind of gravitate toward a lot of matte colors. Maybe I shouldn't say that because I also do love a good shimmery eye look even in fall, but if you are into kind of more matte colors, this is a great option, and this also allows you to kind of play around with cool tones and warm tones. The purple in this is amazing. Also, these matte mustard tones are beautiful. There's also some shimmers in here. You can do a classic smoky eye, you can do a warm smoky eye. It's just a really great palette, and for the price, unbeatable. There's so many different shades in here and I just think it's a great go-to palette for fall. I also appreciate this palette because it doesn't contain colors that I already have. I feel like it's something that I can add to my collection, and it's actually adding to my collection, if that makes sense. Like there's colors in here that I don't own, so that's why I tend to reach for it these days, because I just feel like I'm able to kind of play a little bit more and go out of my comfort zone because there's different colors in this palette. So I wanted to kind of mention that one again. It's beautiful. I actually have two e.l.f. palettes that I want to talk about. Maybe we'll go right into the second one. This is actually kind of marketed as like a summer palette. In fact, it's called Summer Breeze. But if you're into all matte shades, I feel like this is also a very good option, and I tend to reach for it in fall. Oh my gosh, I can't open it. Okay, so here's what it looks like. It's the Mad for Matte eyeshadow palette. Again, it's in the shade Summer Breeze. I just think that this is a really beautiful kind of muted matte palette. You also have your oranges and your purples. This one to me kind of has a little bit more peach tones in it too. If you're like me and you like to wear peach tones like all year round, this could be a really good one for you. I have another all matte palette that doesn't have peach tones, so that's why I kind of want to talk about both. It also has a nice matte black, so I feel like the range in this is really beautiful as well. If you're into matte shadows, you could take this from day to night very easily. Again, the price point is incredible. The formula of e.l.f. eyeshadow palettes are also really beautiful, so I wanted to kind of mention both of those palettes because there's something that they're just palettes that I really gravitate towards and really love. I love these taupey colors, and then you can warm it up. You can make a completely smoky eye with the purple right here. It's beautiful. So there's that one. I don't know why it's called Summer Breeze. I feel like every time I use this on my channel, I feel the same way, and I kind of feel like it should be called Fall Breeze or something like that. So the next all matte palette that I wanted to share with you that's a little bit different than the e.l.f. one in my opinion is the Milani Most Loved Mattes palette. This is what I'm wearing on the eyes today. I decided to use a lot of the purple tones in this. The reason why I love this one is it's also very versatile. The mattes are very buttery, very very blendable. You can do a basic kind of brown eye, you can go purple, and then you can do something a little bit more warm with those shades on the end there. So I really love this palette as well. And let me kind of compare it to the e.l.f. one so you can see what I'm talking about. They are different in my opinion for different reasons. Obviously there are similar shades in here, like some of the warm browns are kind of similar. But as you can see, if you want something more peach, there's definitely more peach options in the e.l.f. palette. This one has a little bit more options as far as browns go. The deeper browns, I guess I should say. So I wanted to kind of mention both of them in case you are into matte shadows this fall like I am. I think they're both great options at the drugstore. So the next palette I'm going to talk about I've used quite a bit. This isn't like in the drugstore. I'm hoping that it comes to Ulta because I would love that, but it's online at colorpop.com. It is the Good Sport palette. It has been a very long time since I've been extremely intrigued by and inspired by an eyeshadow palette that Colorpop has come out with. I love their formulas so much, but I feel like they release things so frequently that it has to take something incredible for me to like really be excited and purchase it. And their fall collection this year did that for me. So the Good Sport palette is right here. Here are the colors. I just feel like it's the most unique palette that I've seen Colorpop create so far. I love the greens in here. There's the oranges, the yellows. You have really vibrant purples. The shimmers in here are really incredible as well. They also threw in some kind of muted greenish brown shades, which kind of creates a different twist on a classic smoky eye if you wanted to create that. They also have some really nice kind of just basic brown and gold tones so you could create an everyday look with it. I feel like this palette is so versatile and I'm really in love with it. I'm actually very obsessed with this. Also the packaging, hello. I think it's so cute and this screams fall to me, and I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this throughout the rest of fall and also maybe even into winter just because there's so many things I can do with this palette. I think it's beautiful. So this had to be in this video. I knew that. This next palette, there's kind of some controversy around, and I personally haven't experienced anything bad with this palette. There were apparently some inconsistencies in the formulas. I don't really know the full story, but I wanted to mention it in this video because the color story is so perfect and very, very fall in my opinion. It's the Morphe Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette. Let me show you these colors and you will see why I think it's perfect for fall. It's basically like all the colors of changing leaves in fall with some golds. I think it's beautiful. I think it's perfect. And again, I don't have any troubles with this palette. I feel like a lot of people had some troubles with the green. Mine seems to blend out really nicely, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to know what exactly happened, but I do feel like this is a beautiful palette for fall. The gold colors in here are amazing. I feel like it's also kind of something that I don't own a lot of. This color story is very different and very unique in my opinion compared to a lot of my other eyeshadow palettes that I own. But again, there are basic colors in here where you can create something for every day, and it's not going to be too much, or you can really go bold and use these yellows and greens and oranges, and they're beautiful. I really love this palette. I think it's a really well-made palette. Again, I have no issues with it, so I thought I would mention it in here because it just screams fall to me and I have loved it. The very last palette is something that I've talked about several times recently, but I wanted to mention it in here for the jewel tones especially. For fall and especially moving into winter, I've been really into more jewel tones, so purples, greens, blues. I don't know what's come over me, but I've been really enjoying playing with those kinds of colors. And I feel like for fall and winter, I know I've mentioned this before, but for me, I feel like when it's colder, I can get away with more bold makeup looks, if that makes sense. So this is the Makeup Revolution, the Emily Edit The Wants palette. So it's the very big one. Again, I've been using this quite a bit. Here are all the shades, and as you can see, there's some beautiful kind of jewel tones in here with the greens. You also have some purples in here, and also there's corals and there's browns and things like that, which are great for all year round. But I want to kind of give this a little shout out in this video because I feel like these two rows, especially right here, are so fall. I love the burgundies in here, the greens, the golds. It's just fun to play with, and I think it's a great palette for this time of year. The formula is really great. Again, this is something that you could wear all year round, but I genuinely really love the jewel tones, especially in this palette. So I wanted to give that a quick mention along with all the other palettes. So that is it, you guys. Those are the palettes that I've been absolutely loving and very inspired by. They just scream fall to me, and I had to kind of compile them in a video for you guys. So I hope you found this helpful if you're looking for a fun new palette to play with for fall and even for winter. I highly recommend all the ones that I mentioned today. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are loving right now for fall. If there's a certain palette that you just, oh my gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh Oh dear. But let me know if there's a certain palette that you've been really inspired by for fall that I haven't maybe tried or that I haven't used or you haven't seen me use. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys are really into. If you're new here, hello, my name is Allie and I love makeup and I would love to have you be a part of the family. So if you want to join, just go ahead and click on the subscribe button. And after you subscribe, if you want to be notified every single time I upload, which is on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, you can click on the bell after you subscribe and that'll just mean you'll get a notification every single time I post. If you guys are interested in any of the palettes I talked about today, they will be linked down below along with any tutorial that I made using these palettes just so you guys can see kind of how I like to use them and the videos that I've created with them on my channel so far. That is it. I love you all so much and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye!